I wouldn't say the backlash, but it was like the general response to that.
Oh, okay. So people in the comments, and honestly, I'll be honest, I did not think that it was going to be a big deal what I said, but people in the literally, honestly, I thought
How it happens.
it's normal for me, but people in the comments were saying I don't look good enough to get what I'm asking for. They were saying me as a plus size woman that lowers my value because I'm a bigger girl. Not looking the role of what some would consider a high value woman. I'm not thin, I'm not light skinned, I don't look a certain way, and they feel like what I'm asking for is only available to women who look a certain way. But in my personal life, in my personal dating life, I date high value men from what people are saying are high value, or people who make six figures or over. I've dated lawyers, doctors, engineers, different types of people, and I never once thought, oh, they're not going to date me because I'm plus size. That was never really a thing. But like when I saw the backlash and all the comments, and I even got into it with some of my like some celebrities and some like actors that I watched for years on television. I'm like, are you kidding? And so I would get into it with them, and even some like relationship coach, some dating coach, they had negative things to say about my standards and what I'm looking for. So honestly, like I understand that everybody's coming from a different lane, everybody's different, but like for me in my life, that has been a normal thing. So I'm not looking at it as, whoa, that's wild. You want a man to pay for a date? You want a man to pay for your Uber? That's crazy. But that's like normal for me.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be super upfront and honest. When I did see that video, I did comment, and my comment wasn't the most positive of comments, right?
Okay.
But I want to unpack this in a more like let's what we say here at Eight at the Table, which we're gonna bring this back in 2023 is let's peel the layers back,
Okay.
and let's really start to understand. Because before I deem anything, I need to understand more about it, right? And the first thing I want to ask is, well, having certain standards and expectations is not a problem. It doesn't matter about what you technically look like. Now the odds are in your favor when you are putting yourself on, as the when you're putting yourself in a position as the idealistic market valued man or woman, right? Or high valued man or woman. My question is, if a person comes to you and he is able, I'm assuming a man,
Yeah,
okay,
man.
and he is able to fulfill all these things that you're asking for, what are you? How? What does your reciprocity look like?
Well, I would say for everybody it's different, and I really feel like it depends on who that man is and what he's looking for specifically. I know me as a person, what I can offer. I know what the kind of person I am. I'm very like nurturing, loving. Like I like to, I'm very traditional. I like to keep a home nice. I like to cook. I want babies, like all of those things. Those are some of the things that I can give in a relationship if that was what the relationship was leading to, if it was marriage, if it was what is exactly what I'm looking for. So but I feel like that whole thing of men saying, what do you as a woman bring to the table, I feel like, what do you want us to bring to the table? Because I've made it very clear what I want you to bring to the table. What is it that you're looking for from a woman?
Okay, so let's unpack this. Right. So we had, well, you said that you've gotten these things from other men
Okay.
previously,
Yes.
right? Are you with any of them now?
No.
Okay. So I don't know what the reasons might be
Okay.
for them not working. But my question is, if they were giving you everything that you were asking for,
Hmm.
well, why didn't you keep them?
So, I mean, every situation is different, but several of the guys that I've dated in the past, our core fundamental values weren't aligned. And because of that, it just wouldn't have worked out long term. And I feel like those things are more important and very important when you get past the like dating phase, and like if the main thing, if he's like a certain type of way that you're looking for, it comes down to like, okay, can I build a life with this man? Can I have children with this man? Can I see myself long term with this man? Do our values line up? And if it doesn't make sense to keep going.
So, okay, we're going down the road, just letting you know.
Okay.
So, what are the values, the core values that you're seeking, and realistically, want for your spouse to have?
I want him to be a family man. Like, he wants to, have children. He wants to have a family. He has a relationship with God. We vibe. Like, he makes me laugh. We have like chemistry. We enjoy each other's company. Like, he is a provider, a protector. He's always dating me, pursuing me. He's always doing things that make a relationship last longer than just if you just stop putting into the effort. So I guess someone who's consistent, someone who's putting in effort, someone who wants to be there, wants to be in the relationship. That's the kind of things that I look for in a man.
Okay, so it's all right. I'm going with my own theory. Boom.
Okay.
So now, this is what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong. We can discuss this too. This is where I think sometimes the delusion sets in, is when your core values is really what you want,
Okay.
because you've had the, not you specifically, I'm
Okay.
just speaking in general, right? The core values is really what people are looking for to sustain a long term relationship, but they're leading with the tangibles
Hmm.
that are technically, subjective. Because if I can possess all these tangible things, take you on a trip or do whatever and take you to this restaurant, buy you clothes and pay for your hair and nails, but I don't align with God or I'm not a family man, then I still don't work for you.
Hmm.
So I think what we got to do, and people who are in this spot, in this place where everyone is using the social media to kind of, showcase who they are, is be more in depth with who you are, right? Because if I say, hey, you know what? I want a woman who is you know, a mother, a good motherly woman for kids, and she's family oriented, and such and such.
Hmm.
I think that limits the backlash, because I can't live with a girl who's not a family oriented woman, right?
Okay.
But I can date a girl who, is a bad bee. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? But like she's only temporary, just as is the things that you're asking for the man. So now my question to you, to make it full circle, is, given that your dating history, if you had those things and it didn't work out, do you
Hmm.
feel as if your expectations were in the wrong place?
No.
Okay.
And I don't think so because it's eventually the man that I end up with, the man that I marry, will be able to fulfill those requirements. I feel like I'm wasting a man's time if he doesn't agree with it. If Because that's, I feel like you said, my values are what I want. Yes, this is what I want. So a man who wants to date me and is, and I let them know because I'm very upfront, I'm very straightforward. I don't like to be deceitful or beat around the bush. Like, what you're getting, because I'm very out there with it, because I don't want to waste his time and be disingenuous. I feel like I'm being my genuine self when I let you know, like, this is what I like and this is what I want.
I think what happens is people try to set the bar high, right? They set the bar high to protect themselves, and they set the bar high because if I can at least get this, if this doesn't work out, I still got something out of it. But realistically, the bar being set high is really disregarding and dismissing what you need and trying to replace it with what you want.
What do I need?
What you need is a
Exactly.
family man. What you need is all the reasons for why the guy who possessed all the tangible things gave you but didn't work out. Those missing elements are the actual necessities, because if he possessed those, I'm assuming he would probably still be here.
Yes, you're right. And this is, yeah, exactly. It didn't work out because he wasn't that family man that I'm looking for. But and I'm gonna ask you, how do you determine in a dating relationship if he is going to be that person for you? Because I've dated guys who don't have money and who don't match the requirements. They can't give me those. They can't provide for me in that way. They're definitely family men, but I'm thinking about, okay, like, I'm gonna have to go to work. I'm gonna have to like bring the bread home. I'm gonna have to like take care of us because he's a nice guy and he's a family guy and maybe he's a good father, but he's not a provider. And that puts me in a really bad position to be
Is
the
it
provider.
okay? Is it okay for a man to be? I'm just asking. This is opinion. Actually, ladies, is it okay for a man to be a good husband a good father and not a financial provider?
No.